AOTV Productions says, I know he made mistakes in his life, but he definitely seemed to show remorse for them, and he turned his life to Christ, and that's good enough for me.
Can
Eric,
I want to step on that one. That's an important thing.
Yeah.
And this isn't something new for Terry. Terry Bollea, since the day I met him back in 1994, had a relationship with Christ. And I think, like most people who consider themselves Christians and believe as Christians believe, you go through periods in your life where you get closer to your faith, and sometimes you drift away from your faith. I know I have, and I still do, by the way. It's an ongoing relationship that changes, it evolves. But Terry really, his faith was really important to him. And it's who he was. The last 5, 6, 7 years of his life, 8 years of his life, it was the most important thing to him. And I want people to know that, because he was proud of it. And he believed that professing his Christianity and trying to live up to the expectations that he had for himself and certainly of the Lord, that he could be a positive influence. He believed that. That's who he was. So, yeah, we'll talk about a lot of other things, that damn leg drop and all kinds of other things, but his faith was front and center, and it was real.
I think everybody who grew up watching him already knew that, Eric. I mean, I don't remember seeing him on TV very many times where he wasn't wearing a cross necklace. And I mean, his most famous tagline was about saying your prayers and eating your vitamins and training hard and listening to your parents. I mean, those are the 4 commandments of Hulkamania. But I couldn't help but notice that you retweeted and shared a video of the real life Terry Bollea talking about his faith, and I think Silva has that prepared for us. We'll share that with everybody now. Let's do that.
I was sick and tired of myself. You know what I mean? Just the two people in here, my real self and the ego. And I decided to turn back to my faith. And one of the things I did was I put that crazy tattoo on my back, immortal, meaning, I accepted Christ as my Savior. And he died for my sins and I'll live forever. So I put that on my back, and so many people think, oh, it's the mortal Hulk Hogan, the ego trip. But no, it was for that reason that I did that. Going to be important to me moving forward is being the vessel to spread this message, because it's the only truth there is. Everything else is just temporary. Everything, the fame, the money, the ego, the physical, everything is just temporary. And once you get that and you realize that, it's so important that you make other people understand that that's the only truth there is. So moving forward, that's the first foremost thought on my mind, is to being a messenger for my Lord and Savior. That's going to take me where I need to go.
What an incredible video. We're celebrating Hulk Hogan today, and I'm so thankful that we got to talk a little bit about his faith. Corey James is with us here live, and he says, while I'm sad that I'll never meet the Hulkster in earth, I wholeheartedly believe we'll be praising Jesus together in glory someday. Much love, guys. I got to say, the idea that, we just, in wrestling in this community, we don't really talk about religious faith very often. And I understand that is a deeply personal thing, but I do think it's cool that the real life Terry Bollea has kind of always been pretty out front about that. And I know that in and of itself will draw criticism, but that's not something a lot of people decide to share, Eric. And I don't doubt it with Hulkster. We all saw the video. I think it was like 18 months ago. He and his wife, Sky, were baptized. Do I have that right?
Yeah. Yep. And of all the conversations I've had, and I was going through my phone, and anyway, he liked to talk about his faith a lot. So many of the calls that we had over the last few years, the longest ones, because Conrad, I'm not a phone person. I love my brother and sister dearly, and I'll jump in my truck and drive 1,000 miles to cook them a steak. But the odds of me picking up the phone to say, hey, how you doing today? It's not happening. It's just not whatever. I'm not proud of it. Just is what it is. I'm trying to get better at that. But I spent so many hours on the phone with Hulk. And 10 minutes of it would be business, and 50 minutes would be him sharing what he's experiencing in his journey, on his journey with his faith. And we shared so much on those phone calls that had nothing to do with business. Zero to do with business. Sometimes we'd start talking and we would forget to get to the business that we were originally going to talk about. It was an important thing to him. I'm glad you guys shared that video. I guess let's start at the beginning, right? I think I can do this without breaking down too. So that's a plus. I'm in Minneapolis. I don't remember the year. It was a long time ago. And I think I stopped by my mom and dad's house. I was living away from home at the time, but I think I swung by. It was a Saturday, so I probably swung by, just say hi to my dad or say hello to my mom or whatever. And of course, came in and wrestling was on. Vern Gagne's AWA. And at the time, keep in mind, this is before cable. This is before WWE went national, all that. And for weeks, we've been hearing, and Vern would tease and promo, Hulk Hogan coming to and he didn't say his name. It was the monster, whatever they referred to him. It was kind of a mystery guy. But they would talk about it. He's 6'7", 350 pounds. I mean, they built him up, so great. I think it was Gene Okerlund that was doing it. Might have been. No, it wasn't Gene. It wasn't Gene. It might have been Marty O'Neill. There's Gene. Anyway, whoever it was. And this is back when they were shooting in the studio, right? WTCN Channel 11 was the studio at the Calhoun Beach Club by Lake Calhoun in Minneapolis. And I'm sitting at home watching it. I'm thinking, oh, this is great. I'll be able to see who this monster is that they're bringing in, that everybody's been buzzing about. And you can imagine the camera's on the announcer. I'm going to assume it was Gene. And Hulk comes walking into the frame behind the camera. So when he gets in front of his camera, all you see is his back, which is pretty substantial, especially when he was close to the camera. And as he finally got closer to Gene Okerlund, he put his arm up, popped the bicep that just covered Gene's face. So all you could see was bicep. And of course, I think the cameraman, Joe Chupek, who I saw at the TNT Hall of Fame, was probably running camera that day. Zoomed in, and we see this big, giant arm. And Hulk turns around, and he cuts his first promo. That was the first time I'd ever seen Terry Bollea in the wrestling business. And it was pretty damn cool. It was pretty cool. And then to think about, if I would have known in that moment, what I know today, if I would have known what I would have gone through with that man today, it would have been a fascinating thought. I wouldn't have believed it, but it would have been fun to think about. That was my first real recollection of Hulk Hogan.
Don't we all love summer vacation, relaxing, laying out by the pool, barbecues, hitting the beach, doing, nothing? Well, how about a summer vacation from your house payments? With SaveWithConrad.com, you can do just that. Reduce your monthly payments by making the equity you built up in your home work for you. You can roll together those high interest rate credit cards into one lower monthly payment and perhaps access some of that newfound equity to turn your house into your dream home with no money out of pocket. And how about this? You get to skip your next 2 house payments. That's right. You won't have to make your June or your July house payment. You're done until August 1st. Go right now to SaveWithConrad.com. Let my team run the numbers for you for free. There's no obligation, and if we can't help you save some cash, we won't waste your time. And did I mention we're offering a 3-year guarantee right now? That's right. That means if at any point interest rates improve over the next 3 years, you get a free refi. That's right. No new lender fees from us. So you get to save money now without wasting money later when the rates improve on a whole second set of closing costs. Why not go to SaveWithConrad.com and get a guarantee? Save money now and save money later with your friend in the mortgage business. That's me, Conrad Thompson at SaveWithConrad.com. Shoot me an email at Conrad@SaveWithConrad.com. Give us a call at 888-425-0105 or get yourself a quick quote. Even talk to a live person right now at SaveWithConrad.com. NMLS number 2129, equal housing lender. Let's take a summer vacation from house payments at SaveWithConrad.com.